The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com. rsrmoney.com. Free tool from your friends right here at Ron Siegel Radio. Yes, it does help you monitor your credit, monitor your bank accounts, monitor your budget, monitor your assets, monitor the value of your property. You put your address in there, and it's going to give you 4 different valuations. 3 of them are good, and we know you're going to look at Zillow also, so we put that in there just so you know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And is also 97% of the properties around the country are right there, rsrmoney.com. Oops. Home prices didn't crash after all. During the fourth quarter last year, many housing experts predicted home prices were going to crash this year. Here are a few of those forecasts. Jeremy Siegel, no relation. Russell E. Palmer, professor emeritus of finance at the Wharton School of Business, quote, I expect housing prices fall 10 to 15%, and the housing prices are accelerating on the downside, unquote. Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics, quote, buckle in. Assuming rates remain near their current 6.5% and the economy skirts recession, the national house prices will fall almost 10% peak to trough. Most of those declines will happen sooner rather than later, and house prices will fall 20% if there is a typical recession, unquote. Goldman Sachs, quote, housing is already cooling in the U.S., according to July data that was reported last week. As interest rates climb steadily higher, Goldman Sachs research G10 home price model suggests home prices will decline by around 5 to 10% from peak in the U.S. Economists at Goldman Sachs research say there are risks that housing markets could decline more than their model suggests, unquote. The bad news, it rattled consumer confidence. These forecasts put doubt in minds of many consumers about the strength of the residential real estate market. Evidence of this can be seen in the December Consumer Confidence Survey from Fannie Mae. It showed a larger percentage of Americans believed home prices would fall over the next 12 months than in any other December in the history of the survey. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of the socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you'll see a chart. Percentage of Americans each December who thought prices would go down over the next 12 months. Wow, look at that. In 2022, it was double any other month that we're showing all the way back to 2010. Ooh. Good news, home prices never crashed. However, home prices didn't come crashing down and seem to be already rebounding from the minimal depression experienced over the last several months. In a report just released, Goldman Sachs explained, quote, the global housing market seems to be stabilizing faster than expected despite months of rising mortgage rates. According to Goldman Sachs research, house prices are defying expectations and are rising in major economies such as the U.S. Those claims from Goldman Sachs were verified by the release last week of 2 indices on home prices, Case-Shiller and the FHFA. Here are the numbers that they reported. Again, Josh just put them up on the screen. Month over month, percentage in change in home values. You can see we went down in August of last year. July and August of last year were the biggest. August, September, down 0.7% on FHFA, down 0.9% on Case-Shiller. September was up 0.1 on FHFA and down 0.2 on Case-Shiller. But they've both already turned around completely. In March and February, both of them were on the upside. Home values seem to have turned the corner and are headed back up. Bottom line, when the forecasts of significant home price appreciation were made last fall, they were made with megaphones. Mass media outlets, industry newspapers, and podcasts all broadcasted the news of an imminent crash in prices. Not here on Ron Siegel Radio. We did not say that. We told you the exact opposite. It was a great time to buy. Now forecasters are saying the worst is over, and it wasn't anywhere near as bad as they originally projected. However, they are whispering the news instead of using megaphones. As real estate professionals, it's our responsibility, some may say duty, to correct this narrative in the minds of the American consumer. Give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 if you want to have a chat about this. And again, if you bought last year and you're having some problems, I know there's death and there's divorce and there's defaults out there. If you need to get rid of a property, we've got investors who will take it over And you don't have to short sale. You don't have to go through default. You don't have to go through foreclosure. Give me a call. I will put you in touch with them. Again, 800-306-1990. That's the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com.